my name is Rebecca Belmer. I work for Damen Shipyards as a naval architect, as design and proposal in Offshore.
You have just completed a presentation at the annual Offshore Support Journal Conference here in London.
Yes.
For the audience, could you just elaborate on what the key points were from that presentation?
Well, the key point was actually to introduce everybody a little bit to what we do apart from designing and building ships. So it was a peek behind the curtain of all initiatives regarding circular economy.
And how does that relate to shipbuilding?
Well, also in shipbuilding, we have to do better, and a lot of attention is always given to the operational phase, future fuels, less emissions, but also at the beginning of life, so whilst designing or choosing of materials, or the end of life, we can achieve some CO2 reductions. So I highlighted some of our initiatives and projects.
Hey, during the presentation, you talked about green steel. Could you elaborate how that is made and how that would be put onto a ship in some shape or form?
Yes. Well, green steel is defined as the steel that is made without CO2 emission during the production phase of it. So normally, traditionally, it's made with coal to heat up these big ovens, but this could also be done with hydrogen, green hydrogen that is. This could give 100% CO2 reduction during the process. And we have analyzed the mechanical properties of green steel, compared them to conventional gray steel. And they are actually equal, which means that when green steel becomes commercially available, we could use this during shipbuilding without problems in the production phase.
Did you mention in the presentation that it would be around 2040 this green steel will be available for shipbuilding?
Yes, we predict that following the major steel companies, 2045, 2050, it would become commercially available. Nevertheless, comparing it to the usage of steel in the shipping industry, it would be minor, and it would take, I think, a bit longer time for the business case to be complete in order for us to actually use it for shipbuilding. But we do try to keep track and stay on top of it, so when it does come available, we can be one of the first movers.
Okay. And how's Damen already implementing some sustainable shipbuilding techniques?
Well, we try to minimize our CO2 emissions on the yards. We measure that. During design of the vessels, we strive to look for the best configuration so that our vessels consume the least amount of fuel needed. Least amount of fuel needed.
Okay, yeah.
And also material usage, hull shape, methanol, future fuels, electrifying, so full electric vessels. Those are all the things that we're already doing.
And you've got new designs for CSOVs. How are they going? Have you got orders for them? Are you building them now?
Well, luckily we've got a lot of orders for the CSOVs as we have them now, the 9020s. We do have concept designs for a slightly smaller SOV, the 70-meter fully electric, and the CSOV 90-meter fully electric. Up till today, however, unfortunately, we're not contracted one of those yet, but we do hope to do very soon.
Okay. And what sort of technologies are in the electric SOV and CSOVs?
Well, to be quite frank, it's not very different than a normal one. You just add a lot of batteries and you have to have a good electrical system on board. But the rest of the ship remains the same. It's not rocket science to electrify a vessel. It's rocket science to make everybody in the industry move at the same time.